Hey, what's up? This is your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And this is the Jasmine Eiland update video where I include several clips to compile together what happened that night, different things that I uncovered on both sides. So I want to share those things with you guys. I know in this day and era, we live in a bandwagon era. We live in a you have to think like me type of era. You can't critically think, you can't question things. And, you know, a lot of people feel like, well, you know, if this is the unanimous decision, then you have to go this way. Unfortunately, I'm a person who likes to look at things with an open mind. This is a case that definitely took me through a roller coaster. I had moments where I looked at this and I'm like, oh my God, she was definitely assaulted. And then I had parts when certain things came out where I was like, well, was she assaulted? And then right when I'll be like, well, maybe she wasn't assaulted, then there'll be another angle where I'm like, she definitely was assaulted. Like, he definitely assaulted her. And then there'll be another thing. And then, you know, like I've been flip-flopping my opinion or my conclusion of this case for a long time now, since the very beginning. Like one day I feel like I'm sold on, you know, one stance, and then the next day I'm like, wait, I'm so confused because there's so many twists and turns to this case, and there's so many things that people have said. There's so many accounts that people have said. There's so much information to take in within this. And so in this video, I'm just going to show you the roller coaster journey that I kind of went through in trying to figure out what all is happening in this case. It might end up being a really long video. It might not be that long. I don't know, because I have to drop in all the clips. Right now, I'm about to just go over everything, and then I'm going to input all the clips that go in. The following clips included in this video fall under fair transformative use. The clips are compiled in a new and fair way to show both sides of the Jasmine Eiland Facebook live stream story, so that viewers see the story from both sides and the journey in which the story was presented to me. Now, let's tune in. Okay, so there has been a lot of speculation as to whether she was drugged, not drugged. Did he put something in her drink, not put something in her drink? So I'm going to show you the first beginning of the allegations where I showed the drink. And then I'm going to go backwards to the beginning of the night and then go throughout the night. So she says, thank you for buying this drink. So now I'm muted, and you'll see her pull the drink up. At the bottom, I can't circle it, but right there you see something in her drink that does not look dissolved, and that looks like it's possibly some type of substance in her drink. In the audio where he comes forward, he says that it's a lemon in her drink and not a pill. And when I looked at it again, it looks kind of too big to be a pill, and it does look like it might be a lemon.
Yeah, but I do not get drunk. I was not drunk. Or none of that. I simply helped that girl. She's on the floor, trying to help her off the floor, and she's doing all that, help me, all this extra stuff for no fucking reason.
So you don't know anything about the pill being in her cup, in her drink?
People, like, that girl had a lime in her drink. That girl ain't had no pill in her drink that I know about. She had a lime in her drink. She danced with several other people before me. I see people posting that it was like a Hispanic dude danced before me, and you can see her taking the drink and then taking something out of her mouth.
Okay, so you guys hear what he has to say about him saying that it's a lime and not a pill in her drink. Also, he talks about her dancing with other people before she ever danced with him. And this next portion of the video, this is not to take up for or defend Dominique, because at the end of the day, what's done is done, and this is not making it okay. But this is just showing you guys the facts. I think a lot of people are just running off of emotion and going off of emotion and not what is actually presented. So I'm going to present the things as I see them. So in this clip, this is before she ever links up with Dominique. She's sitting at the bar. She has a drink. While she's holding her drink, she holds it up. And this, again, this is before she meets up with him. And you can see that it is, in fact, a lime in her drink. And the reason that I'm pointing out that this is before he bought her a drink is because I think, and not saying that this is 100% facts, I think that when he bought her a drink, it's the same type of drink as what she's drinking now.
I'm gonna give you my phone number so you'll have it. And we got a leak. I gotta talk. I got something to say.
At the bar, you can see the limes at the bottom of the cup, and she's just hanging out, she's chilling, she's drinking her drink. And so let's move forward with the story to the part where he talks about the other men that she was dancing with before she met up with him. And again, I'm going to be showing you guys both sides of the story.
I'm about to record you. They finna drink all this.
Okay, so this next part is the white guys that he was talking about that she was dancing with. And again, this was before he ever came in contact with her. This is the live video that she did before she linked up with him.
Woo! Happy birthday to me!
My birthday at midnight.
Woo! I'm lit. I'm lit. I'm lit. I'm lit.
What you drinking on then?
I don't know. I just told her to make something. I told her to make something.
Make something, is it?
I told her to make something sweet.
You good. Let me smoke that. You good. Let me smoke that, girl.
Smoke what?
Okay, so this next part, the woman that was also at the bar with Jasmine, she was not there together with her, but she noticed that Jasmine was by herself. She then asks, like, are you here by yourself? And then Jasmine says yes. And then she's like, wait, why are you here by yourself?
You here by yourself? For real? Why you can't be by yourself? Oh, my friends, they coming in a minute.
Then Jasmine has them record her, and she wants them to record her dancing. And while she's dancing, her dress is going up. Her dress won't stay down. And again, this is not saying that Dominique is vindicated. I'm just showing you guys the full picture. I'm going to be showing you guys the full picture throughout this entire video on both sides.
Yeah, give me all this.
She ends this live because she went live several times that night. She ends up ending this live, and then the next time we see her going live, that's where she meets up with Dominique, and then he buys her a drink. And this is where he was talking and referencing when he gave his audio saying, you know, she was with the guys, blah, 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 blah. And as you can see, she starts drinking her drink and then she picks something off of her tongue. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a hair. Maybe it's something. I don't know. But then after this is when she meets Dominique and he brings her that drink and then things go from there. So each guy was thirsty and, you know what I'm saying, it was extra the whole night. Now, her admitting that she was extremely wasted and lit before she ever met up with Dominique might not be important to you.
Yeah, I'm lit. I'm lit. I'm lit. I'm lit. I'm lit. And fuck.
The fact that she has something on her tongue that looks like, it's like, what is that? Like, did she take a drink? Did she taste something? You know, maybe that's not important to you, but all of these things are things that are important to me. If we're going to say something is a pill, if we're going to say that a person is drugged, if we're going to say any of those things, we should consider all of the facts. People are going off of when she met up with him and they're like, look, she took a drink and then she's so wasted. But it's like, no, she was drinking before that. She drank something that looked suspicious before that. She took something off of her tongue before that. And again, this is not saying that he did not violate her, but let's take into account the entire picture and not just one side of the story. Now, let me go on over to Dominique because he is not innocent in this. He has some very fishy and questionable things that happen. And now let me get back to his story. I just wanted to show you guys what he was talking about when he said that she had met up with people before him. And now let's get back to him. Because although she admitted to being extremely wasted before he ever gave her a drink, that still does not excuse him licking his fingers, putting his hands in places that look suspicious, him taking her off. Now let's dig into those things. Stop assuming you know what I'm talking about because you don't know what I'm talking about when I say certain things, because this is the first time I'm actually presenting to you the things that I am referencing when I talk about certain things that I have not showed you guys yet. Now let's dig into Dominique.
She's doing all that to get back at her ex-husband. I guess they was going through something. So she's doing all that mess on social media to get back at her ex-husband. And now the shit done went viral and got my name all in it. And people got video of her dancing with several other people before me. So I'm a father. I have 2 kids. I have custody of my son. I'm not out here in these streets doing no crazy stuff. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke weed. I don't do none of that. And I don't really drink. I may have some drink, like every now and again, but I do not get drunk. I was not drunk or none of that. I simply helped that girl. She's on the floor, trying to help her off the floor, and she's doing all that, help me, all this extra stuff for no fucking reason.
So you don't know anything about the pill being in her cup, in her drink?
People, like, that girl had a lime in her drink. That girl ain't had no pill in her drink that I know about. She had a lime in her drink. She danced with several other people before me. I see people posting that it was like a Hispanic dude danced before me, and you can see her taking the drink and then taking something out her mouth.
So did you also go to the police and get a rape kit or like a DNA test and all that done to basically clear your name?
Oh, I'm going to the police. I'm going to the police because I spoke to the police. I was supposed to be coming in today, but I spoke to a lawyer also. The lawyer said she wanted to go in with me. So we set up an appointment for me to go in. I'm not running from this or none of that shit. I'm not hiding. People got my face all over the fucking news. This shit is crazy.
Okay, so the part where he showed her taking something out of her mouth, I've already showed you that and explained that happened before him. But there are things that happened while she was with him that did not add up or make sense. And in this part of the video, I'm going to be going over those things in this video. So let's start off from when she met him for the very first time. So what you're seeing right now is him walking past her. So he walks past her, he spots her, he walks to the side of the camera, and then he double backs, he comes back, sees her, and then that's when he approaches her and walks up to her and decides to actually speak to her. And this is where they had their night begin.
Pulling my hair on purpose.
Okay, so when he first approached her, they start immediately dancing. He's behind her. They start dancing for about a minute. And then after they start dancing for a minute, then he talks about how she's a superstar. And then this is where he starts to like hit on her and talk to her and things like that. So then they continue to talk, get acquainted. Her hair gets snagged onto him. He then asked her about getting a drink, and then she says that she doesn't drink, but she did have a drink tonight for her birthday.
I don't drink, but I've had a drink for my birthday. Have another one for your birthday. Have another one?
Okay, so on this next part, he begs her to go with him to the bar to get a drink, and she tells him that she does not want to lose her spot so that she can see August Alsina. He then tries to explain to her that he won't be out until 1:30, 2 o'clock, and she tells him no, to go get the drink for her and to just get her something sweet. And he's trying to tell her, like, no, come with me. And then she's telling him no, she want to stay there so that she don't lose her spot. So after she tells him that she doesn't want to go with him to the bar, he then walks off to go to the bar to get the drink, and then she cuts off her live. The next time her live starts back up is right before he comes back, or when he comes back with her drink, and that is the video where we see her hold the cup up and she says, "Thank you for my drink." So he telling her that he do security.
So he telling me he do celebrity security, y'all.
Yeah, so she like, you know, so then he trying to prove it to her, like, let me prove it to you that I do this security to get some brownie points, because I guess being associated with a celebrity makes you a cool person, I guess. I don't know. Apparently, because he's trying to prove it. But here goes him pulling out his phone trying to show. I'm gonna just mute it. So that's him showing her the phone and everything, showing her that he do this celebrity security. She listening to him. And then this is around the time where she starts to, I believe, thank him for getting her the drink. So she says, thank you for buying this drink. So now I'm gonna mute it. And you'll see her pull the drink up. At the bottom, I can't circle it, but right there you see something in her drink. Okay, so as you guys know, he said that it was a lime at the bottom of her drink. And to me, that's kind of what it looks like. To me, it looks like it's too big to be a pill. And I feel like the drink looks exactly like the drink that she had before when she was with the other guys in the beginning of the video. And it looks like a lime at the bottom, the same way she had in her drink at the beginning of the video. And this ain't saying that he ain't did no foul play. This is just simply saying that's what it looks like to me. And so she puts it down. They start dancing. He's dancing with her. She's turning up. She's sipping the drink. She's toasting up the drink. And they're having a good time, you know, and they're dancing back and forth. And she's feeling herself. She's telling him that she's, you know, she's celebrating, she's throwing it back, she's having fun. And it's not a crime to throw it back and have fun. Like people are, like a lot of people in the comment section, they were like, look at her throwing it back. That's what people go to the club and do. That's what they do. You go to the club and you dance. Okay, and they continue to party with one another for a little bit of time. In a lot of people's comments about this, they say like she took one sip and then she was immediately drugged. I don't see that. And again, that's not to say that he didn't violate her. She mentioned how she doesn't drink, but she was drinking tonight. So when I haven't drank for a while and then I drink all of a sudden out of the blue, alcohol will hit you a little bit quicker. So this is her drink number 2, according to like the timeline that I see. I don't know if she drunk before that, but from what I see on camera, this is her second drink. And if the drinks are strong, they can hit you. Now, if you're drugged, that can also hit you. But I have not seen a toxicology report saying that she was actually drugged. A lot of people are saying that, you know, she had ketamine in her system. And a lot of people are saying, well, this is the effects of this drug and this is the effects of that drug. But I have not seen a report saying that her toxicology report came back. A lot of what's being spread is rumors based on what happened to certain individuals. Like a lot of the comments is, oh, well, this happened to me. So, and they're passing off their incidents as facts for Jasmine. Oh, I was drugged, so I know that she was drugged. And then they're passing that off as facts as if that's like what actually happened. We don't know that she was drugged because, like I said, I haven't seen a report for that. There has been a press release, well, several press releases released by both sides, both Jasmine's attorney and Dominique's attorney. Neither one of the press releases mentioned her being drugged or her being, you know, a toxicology report or anything. I'm going to put them up on the screen. You guys can pause the screen and look at it and take it in. And then I'm going to be talking about certain things in these press releases later in the video. Now let's talk about what looks a little bit fishy when it comes to Dominique. This video and the intention of this video was always to show how I was presented the case and how I was presented the facts of the case. And this was always supposed to be me showing an accurate timeline of the events. A lot of people have questions as to, did she enter into the twerk contest before or after? What happened before? What happened after? And when I talk about things that conflicted me, that isn't to shame her. It is because certain things is like, wait, what? Like, you know, like it didn't make sense. And this is only to present to you guys how the information was presented to me. And that's just that. I can only show you what something may be or may not be, but that's not me painting it as the law or as a fact. It's just me showing you why people are saying this and why I may think that. You know, a lot of people are taking opinions as law or fact. Just like when I talked about what her lawyer said in regards to the security stopping Dominique. In no way, shape, or form was I saying that security should just allow men to just walk drunk people out and take advantage of them and whisk them off in the night and rape them. That was not what I was saying. What I said was, when I'm in the club, I have always seen friends taking out drunk friends, and the only time that I have seen a security guard intervene and take the person out is if they're belligerent and starting fights, or if the situation is really bad. That's not me saying that that's the law. That's not me saying that that's how security should be operated. That's not me saying that that's what should happen across the board and that men should just be able to willy-nilly take women out and drug them and rape them. That's not that. So when I said that you guys are putting words in my mouth, you were putting words in my mouth. What I said was, what I seen happen is drunk friends taking out drunk friends, and that can be argued by the defense. That was just me saying that my encounters in the club have been different, and this is what I've seen, period. Now let's get back to the video and the purpose of this video, which is to show how I got presented things, how I investigated, how I felt one way, then I felt another way, how I seen this, and then how I seen that. It ain't to victim shame or convict. It's to show you what I've seen, and that's simply that. Period. Woo, child, y'all done got me on a rant and off topic. So let's do a quick recap actually first. So she gets to the club. She's by herself. She's with two men. Well, one, I don't know his race, but he's a non-black man. She's dancing with him. She's talking about how she's lit. She's feeling her drink and she's like intoxicated. Then she goes on to dance with Dominique. Dominique gets her a drink. He wants her to go to the bar with him. She doesn't want to go to the bar with him. She wants to save her spot for August Alsina. And then he brings her back a drink. They start dancing. And then now let's pick back up at that point. Because sorry, guys, I got off topic, but I had to get some stuff off my chest because y'all be trying me. Anyways, so, you know, they're dancing on the dance floor. And let's pick back up right there. Okay, so it sounds like in these next clips that maybe she touches his private area, because it sounds like he says, "Did you grab my mic? Don't make me bring my mic out," or something to that nature.
Grab the mic.
Okay, so here they continue to get acquainted. She continues to drink her drink, and he continues to drink his drink, and they're enjoying the club atmosphere. Okay, so right here is where she starts to fill her drink and she starts to lean back up on him. But I just want to remind you guys that this is the same manner that she leaned up back against the other man when she started to say that she was lit. So I think that every time she starts to drink, of course, when you drink alcohol and you don't drink a lot and you're a lightweight, it will hit you a lot faster. So I'm going to show you guys a refresher, a reminder of when she was drinking and she started to get lit with the other guy. And then I'm going to show you guys a refresher of her with him. And this is not to say that he did not violate her, because it's clear what happens after this. But I want you guys to be clear in what is actually happening. The effects that I see is that of somebody who can't handle their liquor and that the liquor is hitting them. And this is also a possibility of somebody being drugged. But again, I have not seen any claims from either attorney that she was drugged. I did not see a pill in her drink. I seen a lime in her drink. But if you leave it up to the internet says she was drugged. Like I said, I have no proof of that. Also, out of her own mouth, she tells Dominique that the drink that he gave her was exactly the same drink that she had already had before, which would explain why the lime was on the bottom of her drink as well that time. But hey, what do I know? I'm just looking at what's presented to me. You guys have your brain. You can see things for what you see it as. This video's purpose is only to try to show you guys as much of an accurate timeline that I can show you, and just giving you my thoughts on what I believe that I am seeing. You can see what you see. I'm just telling you what I believe that I'm seeing. Now, let's get on to Dominique, to where I see some fishy behavior coming up next, and we're going to get into that. So I've been doing the subtitles on this video. The next part, to me, it sounds like either you feeling that drink or you feeling me. It says he says one of those things. I honestly don't know what he says, but now what she says next is that she's totally effed up at this point. The drink is messing her up, and this is only her second drink, and she is like totally wasted. As you can hear, he sees her recording and he asks her if this was going on Snapchat. And then this is where she responds and says that she deleted all of her social media. So she tells him that she deleted all her social media, and then he replies and says, okay. Okay, so here's where things start to get interesting, because now she's bending it over and she's starting to back it up. And then this is where she's telling him to pull her dress down. But if you guys remember when I showed you video of her dancing for the people in the beginning, as soon as she did any slight movement as far as like starting to really actively dance, her dress started to come up. So I don't know if he's pulling it up or if it's just coming up naturally like it was doing in the beginning. But you guys can use your brain and your discretion. And here is that. Okay, so as you can see, it's been quite some time since she drunk her drink. She's starting to feel her alcohol a little bit more, but these are the same effects of somebody who is drunk to me. But you guys are saying that she's drugged. It could be either way. I don't know. He's all up on her neck, and then after this, she continues to turn up. Okay, so right here, she still continues to turn up. She's throwing it back. She's dancing. And I feel like that would explain why her dress was being rose up, because she's bending over. And again, she's having a good time. It's her birthday and she's celebrating, and nothing out of the ordinary to me. I don't see anything that would put security on alert. can see, they're dancing, they're having a good time. Like I said, a lot of people thought that, you know, she took a couple sips and then she was just totally blacked out right away. I still think that it's just alcohol, but that's just my assertion. You guys can think what you want. It's clear that he had his mind made up that he was gonna stick it through for the entire night. She's just pretty much waiting on August. She's like, listen, I can't wait to see August. I came here to see him. And he's trying to set up an after thing with her. And she kind of made it clear, like, I'm going to get me something to eat. When he tried to slip in there and say, we going to get something to eat. There's a couple of key things that he said while they were on the dance floor. When she kept trying to wonder, like, how he knew certain things about August, he tells her that it's his people's event. So he's like, it's my people's event. Because she's like, wait, how you know he's here or not here and what time he's going to be here and all of that. And then he tells her that that was his people's event. So later down the line, when there is footage of her going to another room with him, that would explain why he would know about these different rooms. But I didn't know about this new information about the new room until the other day. So from here on out, I'm going to show you guys the order in which I started to discover things about this case. I first seen the live video. Well, I actually seen bits and pieces of this live. All of the stuff that you guys just seen, I didn't even see all of this stuff at the time that I did my video, but I started to get new information. I seen the Help Me video, and then after I seen the Help Me video, then new information came out. So the rest of this video will be the order in which I was presented information and how I tried to cover this story and tried to get information to cover this story. So I'm going to show you guys how I spoke to different people and different things. And I'm going to show you guys stuff that I haven't showed you guys on my channel. So after he dances with her and they're having a good time, then that's when she kind of like topples over and she says, help me, help me, help me. I'm not going to show that on my channel. I'm not going to show that on my page. You guys can find it all over the internet. It's on several pages where you can see it. But I'll pretty much just describe it for you. So basically what happens is, you know, they're dancing and then she topples over. And then when she topples over, to me at first, it kind of looked like they were engaging in a consensual act. And then she went into like saying like, help me, help me, help me. And here's where I began to be conflicted, because when I visually looked at it, it looked like it was like a consensual thing going on. As I looked at the things that happened in the night, it didn't look like she was drugged. It looked like she was drunk. And then it looked like, you know, like they were having a good time. But I also seen how forceful he was in trying to push himself on her. So I began to get a little bit conflicted. There started to be all these people who said that, oh, he drugged her. She was on this. She was on that. And at the time, I hadn't seen the live in full. I had only seen bits and pieces of the live. And when I reported it, like I told my audience, I was conflicted because on one end of it, it looked like one way, and then another end of it, it looked another way, because after she said, help me, she in fact did enter into the twerk contest. So I'm going to show you guys that, and this ain't to say that he did not violate her, but I'm just giving you guys an accurate timeline of the events, how I seen them, and the thoughts that were going on in my mind at that happened.
So did you, when this was going on in the club, did you like basically tell management? Did you tell anybody else, like, you know, upper management that basically dealt with this and like kicked her out or anything?
All this happened so fast. This girl, literally, after getting her to a seat, literally, she trying to get up and go back to party and shit. Literally, 5 to 10 minutes later, she was on the stage, damn near butt-ass naked, on doing a twerk contest. I was with her the whole time, from her leaving the seat all the way going to the other side of the stage where her friend was at, some girl named J-Bug, standing there with her and J-Bug, and we was trying to stop her from going on the stage to embarrass herself. And she wanted to fight us and got on stage anyway and done all that crazy stuff that's on this video.
Okay, so as you guys hear him say that afterwards she entered into the twerk contest, and at the time that I was receiving information on this, I'm like, there is no way in heck she was blacked out and then she came to and then she entered into a twerk contest. I was like, I don't see how that would go. And I was like, if she did black out, I thought, that she would have been out all night. But then again, there's the reports of the online spectators saying that that's the effect of when you get drugged and stuff like that. But again, I also know that to be the effects of not being totally blacked out on liquor, but just like, getting you a real tipsy and then coming down. And then, you know what I'm saying? So that's up to you guys to feel like whether she was or wasn't drugged. I have no idea about it. So I went to look to verify the timeline of events because I'm like, I don't believe him. I think that he got his story mixed up. He's trying to make himself sound good. I feel like the twerk contest probably happened before that. And I didn't think that, it actually happened that way. So I went to look to find the girl who was supposed to have been with her that night. And she did a live video. And on her live video, she kind of explains how the things happen for her. And again, this is not to say that he didn't violate her, because what I came up to, the conclusion that I came up to, and I'll just give you guys my conclusion. I want to give you guys an outline of events from like how I received the information, but I will just say this part. I think that she was so determined to see August Alsina that no matter what happened, she wanted to stick it through. She drove 8 hours. She drove there. So she's like, you know what? I'm gonna stay and see this. But anyways, I'll talk about that a little bit more later. So then I went to go look for this Jake Book person. And again, this is what she had to say. And again, this does not validate him because we all seen the final video. But I just want to show you guys the information as I received it to break it down for you guys how I had the information coming in.
How did you play a part in the incident? Hold on. So I told I guess I can't remember. I think she asked me or I asked her what she was doing tonight. And I told her it's August. I seen the concert. It was $25 to get in. And she was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go to that shit type shit. It's in my inbox. It's in my inbox or whatever. And that's how I got involved because she tagged me on Facebook telling me that she already there and blah, blah, blah. And that she was telling me a whole bunch of stuff. So I told her about the concert or whatever. And she went like at 10 something. I told her I'm not coming till like 1:30 in the morning. When I got to the club, she was on the other side. Okay, this is a stage right here. I'm on the right side. She on the left side. When I first walked in, that's the right side. So me and my friend that I came to Atlanta with, we standing right there. And I'm like, let me text her and see where she at. I text her whatever. She said she said she's about the stage too. Because I told her I was about the stage. And she said, what the fuck did she say? It's in my inbox. She said, I told her I'm on the right side. She said she on the left. And I said, okay, I was looking for it. I said, I still don't see you type shit. So then she walked over there with the dude behind her. Or whatever dude. Like, he seemed cool because y'all been hanging out on the live the whole time. I'm thinking y'all was together. That's the only live I seen when they was on there kicking it and stuff. So by this time, this girl texted me and was like, is Jazz okay? And I'm like, yeah, she cool. She right here. I'm thinking that she just ain't answering her phone to nobody. Not knowing that it's a video of her getting raped on the internet. Whole time this going on. So I get over there. We made a Snapchat video. I'm like, hey, what's up? We kicking it and stuff. We dancing and stuff. Dude dancing all along. I'm thinking that's her nigga, whatever. So she busts out, said, they tried to rape me. And I'm like, who? Like, I keep on saying who. 5 minutes later, she chilling. She grooving again. She's like, I'm cool, though. I'm cool. They got me together. They helped me out. I'm thinking the dude helped her out. That was behind her. And then I'm like, okay. So it was a twerk contest, like probably 10 minutes later after that. No, before that. Let me get to that part. This dude, he had a drink in his hand. And he was like, first fucking thing he broke. He said, what the fuck did he say? He said, let your friends get some of this drink. I'm like, no, I don't even drink. No. He was like, And he said, what the fuck did he say? He said, I ain't do nothing to it or nothing. I don't drink. And she just looked at me. She couldn't say, I don't know. It was just weird. So I let that shit slide. I'm like, okay, I don't know. I'm still thinking it's her nigga. So then after that, it was a twerk contest on stage. She get on stage. She got in the twerk contest. She went to the second round. That's on my Snapchat. She was dancing and shit. So he recorded her, and it was real creepy because her skirt just kept coming up. He like, yeah, I'm put on World Star. I'm standing by him the whole time. He just saying weird shit. And I'm like, maybe he didn't come with her. Like, maybe he don't even know her. And then I'm looking at his phone the whole time. He didn't record the girl ass and shit, her stuff, and he put it all over social media and shit. So I'm like, this nigga can't know her, how he disrespected her. So when she get back down there, I'm holding up purse and stuff. And she had took her shoes off when she got back down there. And then I just felt creeped out by him, not knowing that he raped her a couple hours ago. Still don't know this by now. So he fucking was stealing his phone. He was watching her video over and over and over again. Over again. I don't know this nigga from a can of paint. She didn't even know him. So I finally asked, I said, did you come here with him? She was like, no, Jay, I don't know him. They tried to rape me. Steady saying they. I'm like, I'm just steady shaking my head like I'm confused. She's still dancing and having a good time. Then she bust out crying again. So now I'm like, okay, something got to be going on. So I asked him, trying to be cool with, he big as fuck, I'm scared as fuck. The last time I talked to Jasmine, this was like at 7, 8 o'clock, she was at home. She's not dead. Who the fuck? Anyways, so she, so he was all on her. She was dancing on people, and it was a girl in front of him. She was dancing on this girl in front of him. It just looked like they was a little couple. So finally I was like, hey, did y'all, trying to be cool, did y'all come here together? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't think so. I said, Jazz, did y'all come together? And she was like, no. I said, do you know him? And she was like, no. And then he said, so you gonna tell her that you don't know me? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I didn't understand it at all. So I'm like, I don't think she know you. And she keep on saying that she got raped by somebody. I said, do you know something about that? He flips the fuck out. He just started going on, bitch, fuck, what the fuck? Why the fuck would I? And why the fuck you tell this girl that I raped you and ain't nobody fucking raped you and fuck you? And he just started going off. But he was still standing by us after he done cussed us out. So I'm like, fuck, how the fuck I'm finna get away from this nigga? How we both finna get the fuck away from this nigga? Because now I didn't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know if, she keep on saying he tried to. So me, I'm just thinking he grabbed us. You know what I'm saying? Grabbed us or something. I'm like, I don't know. Still ain't seen the fucking video this whole time. So I'm sorry, so he finally kind of backs up after we done argue again. And my friend Caitlin kept on saying, what's going on? What's going on? My friend I came with kept asking me what's going on. Because she could see him over me cussing and pointing shit at me. Like, he told me he gonna get me put out this motherfucker, fuck you. And he told me, bitch, you don't even know her. And I know her for years. And I'm like, you don't know this girl. She don't even fucking live here. He told me he gonna make sure she get home. I'm like, Jay, what is going on? It's him. I'm glad you got it. And then if he walked away, this before August I seen it came out. We still there chilling. So she what the fuck she do? August I seen it finna come out. Dude and walked away. She was like, thank you so much for getting him away from me. He was just tripping and I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking we cool, we in the clear. I'm still not knowing he'd already raped the damn girl. So we chilling, we cool. And then August I seen it come out. She turned up for the concert. And then she was like, Jamie, can you take me to my car? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take you to your car. I'm walking up to her car. We Ubered there. We didn't have our car. We Ubered there. So I'm walking to her car, whatever. And I get in the car with her. That's when I make that other live. I'm like, you need to tell people what's going on because I'm confused too. I said, what video are they talking about? What's going on, Jazz? She bust out crying and stuff. I'm like, you need to calm down and explain what's going on. So she explained what's going on and
Okay, so that was her explanation on what happened, and it made a lot of sense because when all of these videos was coming out, it was a lot of people was like, well, where was her friends? Where was her friends? Why wasn't her friends there? But as you guys see in the videos that I showed before this, you know, you see that she was by herself, and we seen that he was with her for a large amount of the time. And then her friend explains like the behaviors that she seen. She also had a video that she went live when August Alsina came out, so you can kind of see what was going on. Jasmine, she was like alert. She was like trying to have fun, but then she would go out of it, and then she would start crying, and then she would, you know, start to have fun again. And then there was a point where people think that she says that she want to let August Alsina rape her. And then like her friend says, there are people who think that what she's saying is he tried to rape me. So I'm going to play that for you guys. And then I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more, because this is where I started to be like, well, damn, like, okay, so this dude really done violated this girl, you know, because I was going back and forth on how I felt about what was happening, because when I watched it, it looked like, you know, one way, and then when I start seeing other parts, then it sounded like another way. So I'm gonna show y'all that video.
Get your ass down.
Okay, so as you can see, she goes in and out of it, like she's excited, then she's not excited. And then when she's like very excited, she's telling August Alsina to come here, baby, come here. And so then when she says the part where I can't make out what she says, but she says something about rape me. And I don't know if she's saying that for August to come here and, you know, like he could rape me, because, you know, people use that term and they do say that. And I don't know if she's saying that the guy Dominique tried to rape her. So there was a lot of conflicting things about that. A lot of people feel like she was crying because Dominique violated her, because during this video she's saying that she's trying to keep her mind off of it so that she can stop crying. But I also do know that she was going through a bad situation with her husband, to where they broke up. She's trying to be out and about. She's trying to show him, like, you know, I'm having a good time. You know how us girls get, and we like, F you, nigga, like I could do good all by myself, like I'm out here living my best life, blah blah blah, like see what you missing. And then we have our moments to where we'll go and we'll get sad because we thinking about the nigga, we missing the nigga. So I feel like it could be that, or it could be she trying to keep her mind off of the fact that she just got violated in the thing, in the you know, in the other room or in the other part of the club or whatever. So when I seen this part of it, I'm like, okay, wait, what's going on? So those are the conflicts that I was having. So I wanted to have more information on this. So I went to her page. And when I went to her page, I was scrolling through the comments, because you find a lot of information in the comment section, y'all. So I'm scrolling through the comments, and in the comments, I started to see people who said that they were at the club. So I'm seeing all of these people saying that they were there, and they were saying a different tale of events. And they were like, you know, putting out claims that she herself was like taking pills and stuff. So I hunted down the women and I wrote one of them, and I'm like, look, if this is true, I need to know what's going on, if you have receipts on it, because if I was going to do an updated video on the situation, I wanted to have all of the facts. I wanted to have all my facts straight. I wanted to have a concise video of information. And when I was talking to the girl, her story it sounded like she was just trying to save face, or just trying to put that narrative out there to help Dominique. I kind of side-eyed it, because some of the things that she was saying, it raised my eyebrow. So I didn't put that information out. So I was all night long, I was combing through her Facebook to see what I can see about her, or what I can find out, how I could figure out how I wanted to go forward in reporting this story, to kind of like figure out what the final thing was, because I didn't have all of the parts of her live video at that time, because they had been taken down off of her page. So I hadn't seen them. So I wanted to report to my audience a clear and concise thing. So when I'm combing through her Facebook, I'm finding videos of certain things that were very wasn't a good look for her. The videos that I found have not been reported on any other YouTube page. I haven't seen it reported. I combed up and down her Facebook, because a lot of people posted stuff that was not relevant to the case that was on her Facebook. But what I seen was a video where her and her husband, they kind of made jokes about setting somebody up in like a cheating scandal. Like her husband was like, let's set somebody up type of thing.
Adultery. Adultery, that's what it's called. Adultery is another husband for another nigga wife.
Oh, so
And you can kill him.
it takes, so if you marry, if you marry another nigga, if I'm married, if you do it to a married man,
You
adultery.
champion. No, if you go cheat on me, I can sue yours.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's adultery though.
That you cheating with.
Yeah, I know.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I know that.
Bro, he wearing my.
We can set some. We can set somebody up. You hear me?
No.
We'll set somebody up.
And so I was like, whoa, like what? You know, like what's going on? I was like, is this a setup type of situation? And that's why I was looking at things, you know, a little bit jaded, because that video paired with the other information that I'm not going to release, I'll release that little bitty snippet. But the other stuff, I'm not going to release. But that paired with the other stuff, it really was like, you know, it made me think about this another way. That does not make her less of a victim. I have now seen the actual assault video, and you know, that video breaks my heart, but I'm being real with you guys and why I felt certain things and why I was conflicted certain times. And I'm trying to show you guys certain aspects of it without giving you guys everything. I have so much information that I'm not sharing. And, you know, a lot of y'all keep on assuming that y'all know what I think when I say stuff, and y'all don't, because I have so much. And there's so much that has not been shared on social media. But out of respect and out of, you know, the situation at hand, I'm not going to do her like that. But I just wanted y'all to just see a little snippet of why I had doubt. And for the slow people in the back, I gotta say it again. This was before I seen the actual assault caught on camera. And for those of you who say, well, what does that have to do now? You know that she was assaulted now. I'm being clear to my audience. For those of you who think that I'm just out the blue feeling a way about her, I'm just showing y'all little pieces of why. And I'm still not showing y'all all. Okay, but anyways, let me finish filling you guys in on some more information. There are some people who have been putting out false rumors about Jasmine purposely to discredit her. So let me talk about that. Let me get back to the woman that I was talking to that was at the club. The night that I was finding all of these videos about Jasmine, I was also talking to this woman, like I said previous. I was talking to her, and she was telling me information as well. Information that I decided that I was like, nah, I'm good. I wasn't about to put this out. But because there are people who are purposely putting out things at like rumors on purpose, I want to show y'all something. So pay close attention to this next dialogue. This is between me and one of the women who claimed to see Jasmine doing extracurricular activity in the bathroom. So pay attention to the stuff that she says. So I'm having conversations with her, and she's telling me about she's telling me about like her being there, her being in the bathroom, and she's saying what she saw and this and that. And I'm looking through what she's saying, and some of it didn't really sound right to me. It sounded like she just wanted to put it out, because if you have information that's going to clear him, not only do you have the information, but you have solid proof. If you have solid proof that she wasn't drugged like the narrative that people were saying that she was, if you have that proof, why are you not putting that out? And so she talked to me, and I'm talking to her. And again, this is before either of them made any video with any other vlogger, and before they posted their videos talking about the events. I talked to them personally before all of that. And so she's telling me how, she had to get her a lawyer and all of this kind of stuff. And I'm like, you had to get a lawyer to talk about what you seen at the club? Like, what you need a lawyer for that for? It didn't make sense to me. So, she was just telling me how she wanted to remain anonymous, that she didn't want, her face out to the public. And so I'm just talking to her, trying to, get whatever receipts that I can that are relevant. And if she had proof and that was relevant, then yes, I would have put it out. But it just kind of didn't make sense. So I'm going to read to you guys the messages that we had. And within the messages, I told her that I would keep her anonymous. So I'm going to not show her name, even though these women have spoke out and they did their little vlog interviews. I'm going to just keep her anonymous, because I'm going to keep my word of that. But you can see the dates of when I talked to her. You can see, the conversation. And I'm just going to read that to you guys. And then I'm going to go back to the press release of the lawyer and tell you why, I kind of was like, okay, I see what's going on here type of thing. Okay, so on January 23rd, I wrote her a message and I said, hey, I have a YouTube channel, Nick at Night, and I would love to ask you a couple questions. I seen a post you had where you stated you were at Opera Nightclub the night of the alleged rape. And then she said, yes, I was actually. I'm still in ATL. And then she says, I'm here with my girlfriends. One had a bachelor party at the club that night. The girl was popping pills in the bathroom, asking for and showing her coochie to everyone. And then I said, are you available to chat about it? I know it's late. So she said, I'm in bed now, but I'm willing to chat with you around noon. And also, she has done this last year in January 2018. You know, she sent me that video and I seen that video and I'm like, okay, you know, and then I said, okay. And she said, I said, okay, I think noon for you, because she said that she would talk to me around noon the next day. So I'm like, okay, I think noon for you is 9 a.m. for me, so that works. And then I said, is that live still on her page? So wait, she did this on her birthday last year too, ? And then the girl said she deleted her whole shit. Yep, she did. And I said, no, her page is still up. And then she said, maybe Facebook shut it down for a couple days. Yeah, but if it is, you will definitely find it unless she deleted it. And I said, yeah, her page is up. I just went to it right now to double check. And then she says, so you should be able to see it if she didn't delete it. And then I said, I think she deleted it. I went to a YouTube video from the screenshot you sent. And then she said, I told you. And then I said, and they playing music and holding the phone to the screen. I want to see it clear. And then she said, they lying and they running. And I said, oh, no, wait, it's there. So I found the video and I was able to physically see the video clearly. And I took a screen record of the video and I have the video. And so, you know, I got that. And then she was like, they deleted their porns too. So I'm like, wait, they deleted their porns. I was like, what? You know, and then so she was telling me about that they had the porns on Pornhub and stuff. And so, then she said, and then I said, I'm gathering the stuff now. That's how I led to you. And then she told me the name of the, their, like the Pornhub or whatever. And then she said, oh, I did mad research. They some damn broke freaks trying to capitalize on someone to get ahead. Okay, so then she told me more information that I'm not going to share because it's not really, I don't know the truth of the matter. So, hey, it is what it is. So then she says, oh, well, yeah, I'm going to let you have the tea tomorrow. And I'm going to have my friends I was at the club give you a statement too. We all seen her using pills on her own. And then I said, okay, cool. Do you have any other receipts? She said, plenty video and pics from the bathroom. I also have a lawyer as well. So right here, I'm like, you have a lawyer ? I said, you have a video of you in the bathroom with her ? And again, this was on the 23rd. This was before, you know, whatever. So anyways, she says, yes, because so many people are contacting me from the media. And I also have a video of her popping pills and pics from the bathroom. I posted pics from it to my Facebook. They closed my page down for 12 hours. That was my first warning. So I said, can you send me the videos? And then I kind of raised the eyebrow and I'm like, you need a lawyer to speak with media? And then, you know, I assured her and I'm like, when I report stories, I always try to get the clearest picture possible of the situation because I'm trying to understand what she needed a lawyer for. Like if all you telling is, you know, what you've seen and this is proof that he wasn't drugging her, I don't really like if it like just speaking for myself. If I know that I seen some stuff and I know that what I seen is what I seen, I don't feel like I would think to need a lawyer for that. So that kind of raised my eyebrows. You know, some of you may think that maybe she did feel like she needed a lawyer to speak to the media. I don't know. And then she said, no, actually, I needed a lawyer to know the right moves to make. I got cold hard evidence to shut her the fuck down, and I just inquired the advice. And then so I said, okay, I see. I know you're hesitant to give all the information that you have up, but is there anything you can share that's not giving everything you have up, like one photo or something? Because if you got proof, at least show, like, you know what I'm saying? I know that, you know, if you trying to make money off of what you got or something, you may not want to show everything you have or share everything you have. So I'm trying to figure out like, okay, well, if you got all this evidence, do you at least got something you could share? Maybe you don't want to give all your eggs away, but maybe do you have something to share? And then she says, I just basically got to watch what I do. I even had the police station contact me. I don't want to be out there like that. I got a whole life. I want to keep my quiet life. I don't have a problem releasing the video and pics. I just don't want the ish behind it. And then I said, I can share them and keep you anonymous. Because I'm thinking, if you really got this evidence and it really shows what you say it shows, then that is important to the narrative of the story. That's what I'm thinking. And so she's asking me how can she assure that I'll keep her anonymous. And again, I'm sharing these messages, but I'm still not revealing her information. And to again keep my word, I made sure before I posted these messages to blur her face out and blur her name out so that, you know, she remains anonymous and my word is still kept. But as far as the messages, I'm going to share them because I want to, you know, show y'all how it ties in later. So she told me, okay, well, could you contact me around noon? I'll give you everything as long as my name is not mentioned. No media calling, no cops, nobody contacting me. So I'm like, okay, would you like me to call you via messenger or by phone? And then she says, this is a serious matter. I know, I doubt, understand it. And then I said, yes, it is very serious. And then she said, messenger, I'm not going to give my personal info out. And then I said, you could play with people's lives if it's a false rumor. And then I said, oops, I meant can't play. And then she says, nah, it's not false and it's not a rumor. I have proof, hard proof. And as I stated, I wasn't alone when I encountered her. So those are some of the messages of me talking to her. And if you guys remember, you know, because I side-eyed the whole I need a lawyer and all of this. That part didn't make sense to me. Again, maybe it makes sense to you. But when the lawyer released his press release conference and he said, even though Jasmine's sexual assault was captured on Facebook Live as it happened, there were many who spread false rumors and shamed her. We have reason to believe certain individuals were paid to make false statements about Jasmine, which were subsequently spread by social media accounts, blogs, and podcasts. We are conducting an investigation into these allegations and will pursue criminal charges and civil damages against those responsible. So if I'm creating a false story, if I'm making up something about somebody, I would be concerned and I would then need a lawyer. So to me, that makes sense why she said that she got a lawyer. Because when we first started talking, she was talking about how she didn't want cops involved. She didn't want the media attention. But then she told me how the media was contacting her and how she'd already been contacted by the cops. So I'm like, you know, certain things like that was like, it didn't really make sense to me. I'm like, what? Like, okay, you don't want media attention, but media is contacting you. You don't want cops involved, but the cops are already involved and they've already contacted you, you know, but I'm still trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the information if I could get it, and I'm going to share it if it's relevant. But if I feel like it's something bogus and I don't want to just put out nothing false, then I'm not going to just put out nothing false for the sake of views or whatever. So to me, I feel like maybe these girls were paid to kind of put that narrative out, because I still have never seen any footage. Like, if the thing was she wanted me to pay her or she wanted to get paid, then okay, she never offered to me to, you know, give her no money for it. And I heard like a lot of people saying in my comments, like when I talked to any Jasmine Eiland story that I talked about, there's so many people in my comments like, hey, did you see the people who are trying to sell the tape? They're trying to sell the tape they got in the bathroom. And the whole time I'm thinking, well, I already done talked to these girls. These girls claim they got this video, but I have yet to see the video to support the claims. Even when I seen the other women talking out that saying that they were at the club, I still have yet to see the video. Like, where is the video? I don't know. So again, you know, and also their stories contradicted. The women who said that they were at the club and that did speak out via video, they did a couple interviews and their story kind of changed a couple times. So that's what I said when there were people who came forward with contradictions. All y'all, as soon as y'all heard me say that somebody had a contradicting story, y'all jumped on the bandwagon and all y'all accused me of victim blaming Jasmine because I'm saying her story is contradicting. And I'm like, wait, how the hell y'all saying that I'm saying Jasmine's story is contradicting when that's not what I said? And y'all just assuming and making y'all own theories because that's not what I'm even talking about. And I didn't even go in depth of what I was talking about. So there was a lot that y'all kept making up stories on behalf of me that y'all had no idea anything. Jasmine hadn't even talked out at that point. So if I say people's story that talked, I'm talking about actual people that talked. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, so after that, going back and forth and trying to find out what was going on, and then I was going to release what I had based on what I found on her social media. I wasn't going to release what these women had to say because I didn't want to just put that out there because it didn't make sense to me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not just going to just put that out there for the hell of it. You know, other people could pick that up. The only reason I'm showing it now is because I don't believe it. And I feel like they are the people that the lawyer is talking about when he says that people were paid, just so that you guys can understand some of the information that you guys have been receiving, just to get a clear picture about that. So fast forward to now, you guys see that there was a press conference. And so now I wanted to just clear up this timeline of events because there are still so many people commenting with the false information and wrong information. And again, my video is only as accurate as I could put it together. You know, it could be even more accurate somewhere else, but I'm putting it together as accurately as I can put it together. So that's the purpose of this. And also, since I've seen the press conference, I was even more compelled to show you guys an accurate timeline because during the press conference, the lawyer shows a very shocking video that shows her going off into another room and being assaulted a second time. When I was watching it through the press conference, you can't really feel like the true impact of it. But then I went to his actual Instagram and you could see it very clearly and you could hear it very clearly. And it's very sick. So I wanted people to see an accurate timeline of what went down that night as much as I can. And at the end of this, you know, my heart goes out to Jasmine because no matter how she was dressed, in the first video that I talked about this, I already went on my rant about women can go to the club with no panties on if they want to. That don't mean take nothing from them, and that's how I still stand. So regardless of her going with no panties on or whatever, you know, it's jacked up at the end of the day. He definitely set his eyes on her and stayed with her the whole entire night. And, you know, it was just like, bruh, relax, like go on and mingle. You know, it's just crazy. And then the fact that he also disclosed to her that it was his people's event, you know, that lets me know that, of course, he's going to know where these little secret, little weird areas are to take her to. So, you know, it is something that should definitely be handled and figured out and fixed immediately. And like, I'm not normally a sensitive person, so some of the stuff that I do say comes off harsh given the fact that, you know, number one, I know more information, but number two, just because I look at stuff from both sides and I'm like, well, you know, I think that as women, we also have to be accountable for ourselves in some manner. And again, that's not saying, oh, you know, she asked for it to happen. That's not that. And, you know, I hate when I try to say stuff because I already know, like, as soon as I say any little thing, it's going to get twisted. But, you know, I look at it from both angles because a lot of the situations can be avoided. Now, he, you know, took advantage of her and it's unfortunate, but we have to be precautious as women. And we have to take this situation as a learning situation. We have to be safe when we go out. Ladies, don't go out to clubs by yourself. I hear some of my friends be telling me like, girl, I go out by myself all the time. And I'm like, girl, you are crazy. I'll go to like a friend's gathering by myself, but I won't go to an actual like club event by myself. You know, and if you do go to a club event, take Jasmine's story as a learning situation. And when I talk about this, I know some of the things I say come off harsh, you know, and people come down on me like, you know, but it's like, listen, I am just a realistic person. And so when I'm looking at it like on her accountability of the situation as well. And again, that's not saying, you know, take advantage of her and it's okay to take advantage of her. And that's not me saying, yes, rape her and she deserved it. Because y'all will put those words in my mouth. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the accountability of her in this situation as well. Dominique is dead wrong for what he did. But as women, let's take this as a learning situation. Don't go out to the club and announce to everybody that you're at the club by yourself. That is like a pick me sign for a predator to come and prey on you. She told everybody that she encountered that she was there alone, and that is not safe at all. So when I'm looking at this, it's not to like victim blame or shame her. I just look at things from both sides. And yes, he's wrong, but there's parts where Jasmine was not so right in what she did either. And I'm not talking about the not wearing panties thing because she grown. She could not wear panties if she wants to. But I'm talking about where, you know, her safety was concerned. And not even the whole setup joke thing on her Facebook. There were other things that I seen that it kind of, you know, it don't make her less of a victim and it don't make her like, you know, she wasn't violated. But there's things that I know that, you know, it will be argued and it will make it a difficult case for this to play out. But, you know, we'll see what happens. I just wanted to make those things clear. I'm not in support of a rapist. I'm not just putting out stuff just to put out stuff. When I talk about the security guards and things like that, I'm simply talking about how it can be argued. I'm not saying that that is the law. I'm not saying that that's how security guards should be. If you see a damsel in distress, you see a woman in distress, you should try to figure out what's going on. Other states might work differently. Again, I live in California, and here where I live, I have not witnessed securities doing things like that. I see them intervene in fights. I see them try to have crowd control, but I don't see them intervening in certain things. And that's not to say that that is the law or the way it should be, because the way it should be is for them to intervene, and we should be safer when we are going out. It should be adequate security at nightclubs. It should be, you know, and that's just that. So that's all for this video. I wanted to put it all in one whop. I wanted to put it in one video and try to make it clear on what I meant by when I said certain things and what my intentions were. If you made it to the end of this video, I know this is a very, very long video. Some of you probably watched the first half of it and probably thought, well, I already seen this information. It ain't relevant. So you probably didn't make it to the end. But those of you who rocked with me all the way through, I want to know that you made it to the end. So put up them half moon emojis. And I wanted you to put the half moon emoji and pair it with any other emoji that you want to pair it with to let me know that you made it to the end. And yeah, thank you for this. Let me know what you guys think about this incident. Hopefully justice is served. I feel like, you know, this should be a teachable moment to women in general. Use this as a lesson so this does not happen to you. If there are other women who, you know, this happened to, then please come forward and talk about this. When I talked about the other woman who did come forward, I'm not saying that that didn't happen to her. I'm just pointing out what was said in my comments in her messages starting from one date and then hopping down to several months later. That ain't saying it didn't happen to her. So again, please stop putting words in my mouth. I do sympathize with Jasmine, but I also look at things from both sides and understand how I view the entire thing in its entirety, because I have different information that y'all don't have that I still am not going to release, mention, or talk about. So that's just that. So with that being said, again, leave the half moon and another emoji in the comment section. Let me know that you made it to the end, and let me know what you feel about this. If you are not subscribed to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button right now, hit that like button, and most importantly, Put them emojis in the comments. All right, guys. Peace.